All right, back for another beer review, and today I'm going to be reviewing another beer from the Fifth Frame Brewing Company, and they're out of Rochester, New York, and this is their Magic Carpet. So they are calling this a Turkish-style brown ale brewed with coffee, comes in at 5.5% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed in the time of review. This can is just under 5 weeks old. So I've mentioned this before about Fifth Frame, but when they release beers, they typically don't have much information on them. As far as I can tell, this is an American brown ale that is brewed with Turkish coffee. Now, I don't know a lot about Turkish coffee. Some viewers and friends of mine, like my buddy Aaron Doucette, or maybe Sean over at Nerd Sense, they could school me on what Turkish coffee is all about. But as far as I know, Turkish coffee sometimes is brewed with spices like cardamom. So when they posted like the 2-sentence write-up on this beer, they did mention it said Turkish coffee with spices. So I'd imagine they're using Turkish coffee with some kind of spices. Typically cardamom is used, some other ones as well sometimes, but that's all I know about it. So this is an American brown ale, Turkish coffee, seems like there's spices in it. I guess we'll see. Anyway, the one thing that I found to be true about Fifth Frame is because they're a coffee roaster on top of a brewery, their coffee beers, the two that I've had to date, have been excellent, like really, really solid. So this is the first one I believe I am reviewing as far as coffee beers go, and we'll see what's up. Of course, I could be forgetting, and maybe I reviewed something else and I'm just not remembering, but you know, I'm old. What are you gonna do? Wow, so on camera it's gonna come off probably pretty dark, but wow, that has a really like dark hazelnut color to it. Yeah, very murky in there. Definitely not filtered whatsoever, but this has like a really deep dark brown, like I said, hazelnut color. Had about a finger of a straight up tan head that is dissipating quite a bit. Had a soapy head to it, not really creamy looking, but plays the role of an American-style brown ale. Let's get a nose. Yeah, tons of coffee, and there's definitely like a cardamom nutmeg thing off the top here. Ooh, definitely underneath you're getting nice like dark roasted malt in addition to like the roasted coffee. It almost has like a cold brew vibe to it. It's not sweet, but it's also not acidic. It just has like a gentle aroma to it. Some underlying like caramel and toffee tones coming from the base malt. Wow, now as I'm smelling, like, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what spices you're using, but I'm getting like almost like a clovey cinnamon thing too. Like almost pumpkin spice-like, but not to that level. Like that cardamom and I'd imagine nutmeg. Again, I don't know what spices, but it definitely smells more leaning towards the cardamom side of things. But there are other like winter spices or like fall spices in this one. Yeah, it smells actually quite enjoyable and very inviting. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's really solid. Nice. Oh, the aftertaste is delightful. Yeah, so this is in the sweeter realm of things. So this is a sweeter American brown. Doesn't have like really almost any bitterness to speak of. So right up front, caramel, toffee, base malt is shining through. As it passes through the palate, some coffee roast. It almost has like a lighter coffee roast. Like it's not as stringent or bold or anything, just lighter. As it passes through the palate, I'm gonna say cardamom. That's what I'm gonna go with. Maybe a little bit of nutmeg, a touch of cinnamon. It finishes relatively sweet with a slight spicy finish to it as well. The mouthfeel on this is very soft. I take that back. It's smooth, slightly soft. There is enough carbonation here to let you know you're drinking a beer. The body at 5.5% is like lower side of medium body, which is fine. The mouthfeel and body are appropriate for this style, I would say. This is just a fun beer. This almost is drinking like a fall spice beer, not necessarily a pumpkin beer, just like a fall spice beer or like a spice beer in general. Maybe more to the winter spice things, like a winter warmer, but has enough of the base brown ale characteristics to let you know kind of you're drinking a brown ale or maybe a light porter. It's blended together very nicely, but I would say it has a nice complexity to it. But the flavors, while nice, aren't like overly bold or in your face or anything. Dare I say this is an easy drinking spiced brown ale, spiced coffee brown ale. Yeah, it's very nice. It's reminiscent of drinking like a sweeter cold brew coffee with some kind of spices. That's the best way I could describe it. I'm digging it. It's nothing that's blowing my doors off or anything, and it's good. And like I said, I don't expect anything less from these guys, knowing that they do roast their own, basically coffee roaster and brewery, and the coffee beers I've had from them have been pretty damn good, and this one follows suit. So Magic Carpet from Fifth Frame, I'm going to give that a solid 4 out of 5. It's a tasty beer. If they still have cans of this when I post this video, and I think as of right now, which is going to be like a week and a half before I post the video, they still had cans at the brewery. So if you are in the Western New York area and you want to check out a unique take on like a coffee brown ale, yeah, give it a go. 4 out of 5, Magic Carpet, Fifth Frame. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Until the next one, cheers.